So now I'm going to show you how to customize your remote, customize how it looks, the remote itself, the collar itself, and increase the functionality of it. So I have different contact points. This is for Nova the Doodle. I recommend most doodles have these winged contact points. It's called CPAD 11. 011. You can buy them through eCollar Technologies. I think you can also buy them on Chewy.com. This is recommended for most dogs that have long fur or that doodle coat that's constantly changing. So first I'm going to change out the contact points, which I think is the most important. If you don't have proper fit, then your collar's not going to work the same. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this around. I'm actually going to take this off because I'm going to change out the collar strap itself. Make it a little easier for me to maneuver. So you just slide it through those brackets. It doesn't matter if your remote collar's off or on when you're doing this, but it's probably a good idea to make sure that it's off. You can set this aside. I don't suggest throwing it away because if something happens to the strap that you change it out for, you'll have a backup just in case, because there's nothing wrong with this. It's just too long. You just cut it with a pair of scissors. So to change the contact points, I need the tool from the remote collar box. So I take out my little tool bag here that I keep stored in the remote collar box. I'm going to use this later. Set that down right there. So I take this tool, and we only want these hand tightened, so I'm going to loosen them real quick. And I'll put these contact points back in the bag that has the extras in it in the box. Okay, so now that's just what the receiver looks like when it's blank. Now this is proper fit is the #1 reason why remote collars don't work for people. A lot of people think it's improper use. Well, it's usually just improper contact. So this is taped on here for convenience. When you see this type of contact point on, simply just put it on there, put it down, hold it, and then the rubber piece, the light colored rubber piece, is actually what you want facing up. You don't want to do it facing up this way. You do it facing this way. I'm just going to pop these on here, put them on by hand. It's good to do this over a surface and make sure that there's no dog around that was going to snatch them up and eat them. So now that they're on, I'm just going to hand tighten them. I'm not going to cinch them down too much because I don't want to break it. I'm going to make sure that it works properly. And you don't have to do this on your own hand, but I like to make sure. So, wiping the sweat off my hand, I just gently lay it on my palm so that the contact points are both touching my skin. And I'll turn it on and start turning it up and making sure that I can actually feel the stem. And I can feel it just fine. These contact points make it pretty sensitive. So for number's sake, I'm on 37 on my hand and it doesn't feel like much. But depending on where it is on your muscles, you'll feel it differently. So I know that it is working. I'll go ahead and turn it off. Turn this off too because I don't need to do that right now. But that's how we change the contact points. Now, eCollar Technologies and several other companies make different collar straps. This is a 3/4 inch collar strap, and this is my favorite type of strap. So this is what's linked in the description of the video. This is the Buckle Bungee. So I like this because we don't have to worry about changing the size of the collar all the time. Once we put it on the dog, we get it to the appropriate size, and then we don't have to worry about constantly changing it because we can just simply unbuckle the collar. So some dogs are a little bit too small for this, so hopefully this will work out well for Nova. I've been using a different unit with her. And then of course once I fit this properly to Nova, we can cut off any excess, but I probably won't. This is probably the perfect size. And it doesn't seem like that, but her neck is about that big, maybe even a little bit smaller. But that's how we change out the collar strap. I like being customizable. It's kind of fun. Pink is just, it looks cute. Then we go over to our remote. So remember to put your tools away. Don't lose your tools. Put them back in the bag. We go over to our remote because I also have cute pink remote skins. Isn't that fancy? This helps me because when I'm working with multiple dogs, everyone usually chooses a different color. So you take this little skin tool. It's not required that you guys do this, by the way. The black looks cool, just as cool. But you put it in this little plastic divot right here, and then you twist. Then you go around to the other side, do the same thing. Poke that in there, and then twist. Pop that off, and then I'll put the front cover on. Ooh, the black and pink looks dope. I like that a lot. Looks really cool. This is going to be all pink though. So pop that off. Whoops. I'm going to place it on. Make sure it's just seated properly. Looks good. All right. That's how we change the remote. And then I'm going to set these aside, and that's how we customize it. So now it looks cool. Now it's got a little matching set here. Then I can clip my little lanyard to this. So that's neat. You can wear it around your neck or put it around your wrist or whatever, but this is our pink remote collar now. Set up for Nova the Golden Doodle.